is blackseriesedition.com and the new exotic collection. We're not going to mention too much, as I said before, about the Crystal Edge because the Crystal Edge is going to be converted for basically company orders, as in commercial use. That's what we're using the Crystal Edge for. So I decided I'm probably not going to lock the entire site. I'm probably going to leave everything open except the marketplace will be closed because that place is going to be used for commercial use. We're going to have the blacklist, all that stuff. You'll be able to get access to that. You can get access to just everything else on the site. Just can't get access to the marketplace because, again, that's going to be used for commercial use. Because instead of just blocking out the entire site, which means we're going to use customer reviews, we're going to lose demonstrations and stuff like that. We're going to leave all that there so customers can get access to that if you want to check it out. But we are going to make it a company for company orders only for that marketplace. Now, what screen paints will we be selling? Well, the Black Series Edition. That's been selling so far. This is the new face of our technology, which is Black Series, or our Advanced Ambient Light Rejection 48 in Roman numbers Black Series Edition screen paints. Right now, I'm doing labels. We have orders for shipping out for Monday, so I want to make sure we got everything taken care of for that. So I think we got 4 on here to do. Take out. There we go. Get our labels printed up. So these are our temporary labels until the other ones come in. Once they come, you'll get a chance to see what the real labels look like, and you'll get a chance to see some of the graphic artwork we're getting done for our containers, and also to the next level in our Black Series technology, which is the exotics, which I can't wait to start working on that website. To tell you the truth, I want to really start cracking on that platform, but I gotta pace myself because I still have a ton of paperwork to do under this technology. What's going on here? I thought we just printed that. We just put a print through here. Let's see what's going on. Printer is not accepting something. That's the problem. The printer is not reading or accepting something. Everything is printed correctly. That's running through the printer. All right. Let's go on with the printer. Printer's having an issue. Because I need to get these labels shipped out. We got customers' orders to take care of. Something's not reading for the printer. Let me see. Alright. Cables are all hooked up on the back. So, what's the problem with the printer? Why is the printer having an issue? Alright, that's running. No problem. Let me see what's going on here. I disconnected the printer for a minute so I can go in and run all our equipment through. The printer should be running, up and running with no problem. Oh great, I'm gonna end up getting 8 of these things. I'll try this again. Try this and see what's going on with this printer. That's the fit. Give me 2 of them. See what happens again. I'm hoping it's not a hardware issue. This happens from time to time with printers. Printers will have difficulties following a command because something's going wrong, and it's not taking it. Ah, great. Let me turn my printer off and reset it. Yeah, reset it. Shut it down. Man, it just came from freaking Walmart today. Don't tell me my printer just broke on me out of nowhere. I mean, it's today. Well, I gotta go to Walmart anyway today. I'd buy me another printer. That's what I just go buy another one. I need to get a laser printer. That's what I should be picking up for my labels. So let's put it back on again. I'm going to sort everything out. I mean, everything goes down on us. See what's going on here. I forgot to pick up the. I forgot to test that Wi-Fi signal to see. Oh, now we're working. Now we're following command. Okay. Now let's see what's going on with you, because you are just acting up today. And this does not sound good. It really doesn't sound good at all. All right, let's try 2 more labels. I need this to work. Oh, I gotta go find me another printer. What printer do we have on here? Printer. What the heck is this? Yeah, it's the right printer. It's a 3830 that's running right now. So that should not be an issue. Sorry, people. It's one of the difficulties of crap I have to go through from time to time. One, running and working. For some reason, something's not reading. All right, I'll have to figure that out later on. Why our labels are just not, machines not for some reason understanding what's going on here. I don't know what's going on. I gotta check this out. This is one of the crap. This is some of the stuff I have to go through and work. I have to figure out why stuff is just not working. Let me see if this thing, if the cable's all the way in. That could be an issue also too. That's not reading it. Let's see what's going on here. I gotta go through in the morning. Oh, okay. That would explain a lot. Cables run all the way in. Let's try this again. Another 2 more labels. Unless I have 10 labels on my hands. Let's try this again. Let's try 2 more labels again and see what happens. Alright, well, let's just talk about the updates. I gotta figure this out for myself why the printer for some reason decided to stop working. For some reason something's not connecting, so I don't know what it is. I'll have to figure this out myself because we need this to work. I got labels to print out today. I got orders to do. No, it's not going the way in. Sorry about that. It's one of the things I gotta go through and work. Alright, give me this whole cable. Let's bring this around here to see what is going on back here. I gotta go through sometimes, I tell you. Trying to do an update ends up fighting with my printer that for some reason doesn't want to work with me. Ah, great gee whiz. Just literally just, oh, now it's working. Great. Sat there and had a fight with it, now it's working. I tell you stuff I gotta go through. I got her to work. She fought me, but we got her to work. There we go. Wait, what paper is this on? Hold on for a minute. Cancel, 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 cancel. Cancel, this is the wrong paper. It's supposed to be on this. Where is my special paper? My special paper. It's a cancel. Alright, that's great. Waste a ton of ink. Cancel. There you go. Now we got cancel, because I had to put in a whole bunch of commands in. Now I got to cancel all the commands because for some reason the cable back and forth to buy me another cable, a high-speed cable, so that way I have to go through that nonsense again. I don't know what that was all about. All right, now we got to put in our glossy paper because this is what's supposed to be in here, my sticky paper. What I gotta go through, people, I gotta go through to make sure orders are taken care of for the customers. Okay, there we go. see, papers in. And get temperamental. I'll replace you today. Let's try this again. Should be an easy process. All right. I need four. There we go. Now, what the freak that was all about. Alright, so processing, getting orders ready for today because we have orders to go out for tomorrow. I'm still waiting for my business cards to get here, which are very important because I need my business cards. That allows me to go out and circulate and pass out and give information about a company. And as soon as I finish my safety material data codes, I can basically start the process of basically going to the next level of our contracts. Because right now, you can't use a contract without that safety material data code information. They will not allow you to go through with it. That is extremely important. So I have to contact that person on Monday to let them know exactly that we're going through the application and just if they can help us out with anything else that may pop up. All right, so the new other labels. Hold on for a minute. Whew, sorry, man. All right, so this is new. I like this printing paper so much better than the other one. Let's see. These are the black series right at the bottom. We have two more containers at the top. Let me get these right here. This is what we're going to use here. All right, so let me talk about our updates while I'm getting this taken care of. We are working on next the Exotics website, which is going to be our, this is going to be a fun website to build. This website is going to allow me to be able to go outside the box on so many levels. So I may start working on that so that way I can work on two things at the same time because the Chris Wedge is pretty easy. All it does is require password change for the permission password for the page, and then we're going to put information on about basically using it for company use, which means we're only with that site we're just going to be shipping out. The smallest is going to be 5 gallons, and then the biggest is going to be 10 to 20 or something like that. That's what we're going to have on that site right there. The new company, which you already know, which is now taking all the orders, is the Black Series Edition, which I'm doing orders for right now. And then I have, I'm blessed to have an NDA for our company. Just coming up real soon with the company that is interested in the technology under the Exotics. Exotics already have a platform already set up for them from the door to get ready to start doing business on that level. Alright, let me get this up real nicely. The camera, and I got a new camera stand I ordered too on top of that, which I'm excited. I can't wait for that to get here too. Oh, I like these labels. I miss these labels. These are actually really good ones. Getting some labels ready. Actually, we got orders going out. I do like the fact that everything is working out quite well, and I can see the difference because when we were at the other place, post office was a nightmare. As I said before, we did have a few people in there that did help us get our orders out the door, and I thank them for that, for helping us to get those done. But the other ones who didn't, oh man, they were something else. So it was a complete headache just trying to get packages out the door. That was a headache, especially in COVID. That was a complete nightmare. Now, having a whole lot more control, I now have the ability to just go right around the corner and just drop off my packages for my customers and have control over that, which I like the most. All right, here we go. Get my labels ready. I miss these labels. These are good labels too. It's a fantastic way to be able to make your own labels I'm really happy. I am very, very happy. You know, we already have things already set up in place for a company to reach different levels. I'm so happy about that. God is setting things up for us. I think I might get a couple of the sample boxes in too on display too, because I want to have those onto the website. There's some tweaking on the website. We're going to be building the second one today, so I'm going to be working on that today. The exotics. Oh, can't wait. The exotics page is going to be crazy. Can't wait. And like I said, God has blessed us. Everything is coming into place because we already from the door have a company, a big company on board. NDAs are coming for us to be able to launch the exotic. They're going to be doing a lot of beta testing for that technology. And they're going to push that technology into the art community, which that's where we wanted it at. So now we have our Black Series. We have the Crystal Edge being converted for commercial use. And we have the second company, actually third company now, under the exotics, which I can't wait for that. It's going to be fun. Cutting out our new labels right here. Not new labels, sorry. These are our temporary labels. You'll get a chance to see the other ones really soon. As soon as they give us that confirmation saying, hey, look, your stuff is protected, go ahead and show off your stuff. We're showing it off. Every once in a while, we have to come out. We have to put individuals on blast. Do I enjoy doing it? Not really, to tell you the truth. It's wasting my time. I got things to do. I'm a busy person. But you have to defend your company. You have to. You have to protect what you build. And when we get individuals that do not know how to carry themselves correctly, and they feel the need to try to slander us, I literally have enough information on you to post it and to shut you down. Now, I don't need to go back and forth with you. Basically, as I said before, they don't have enough knowledge in screen paint technology. They don't know anything. If they can't back it up on camera, then it's fake. And their websites mainly speak for themselves. Because again, you can't back up what you preach, so that makes your product not real. And you don't have enough tests. Can't express that one enough at all. Where are the tests? So, you know, if you're getting frustrated because I'm exposing your website for what it is, you got one person who can't even keep his website open because, again, as I told you before, for him to sell products would cost him money. It cost him a good amount of money. So he can never open that site. He can never make a sale of it. He'll have to go back and redo that entire site, which means first things first, one coat application, because that's what's killing him right now. Doing 4 coats. That means he needs 4 of these 32-ounce containers just to paint one screen. Yeah, that is not going to go well at all, period. But I kind of figured out why it was done. Like I said, adding the distilled water to it to make it thinner and make it seem like it's a coating of a skin, you know, to separate himself from the other one. So that way they wouldn't look like they're both selling the same product. That's why he keeps repeating certain things and his message over in his video over and over again. It's a thin coat, it's not a paint. It's a thin coat, it's not a paint. Try to get that in your head that it's something different. If it's a thin coat, it shouldn't be in a 48-ounce container because that's a lot of paint for a thin coat. It should be under 32. Because that would show people at the end of the day that if you can paint a screen 120 inches at 24 ounces, whew, that's got to be very thin coating. But if you're talking about 48, that doesn't make any sense. That's like if somebody says, okay, this is a very thin solution. You need 2 gallons to paint this surface. You're like, what the freak? 2 gallons? If it's a thin coat, I should be using less, not more. There you go. That's the problem. So that's definitely killing them right there. And then on top of that, you know, it's a 4-coat application, and each application has to be different from the other, which means it's going to cost money to make them. And either way, you're going to go beyond the 50 mark. If you go beyond the 50 mark, then that means it's going to cost you $200 at a basic 50 or even more. So if it costs you $200, if it costs you 180, if it costs you 150, anywhere in that line, if it costs you over 160, say over 160, you lost money for the door because your product is 160. So if you have to pay 170, 180, you lost money right there from the door. When you market a product, you have to market the product where it has to be below. You want to be in the range of 100%. You want to be under the 100%. So it shows how much of a profit you take back to yourself. You guys didn't do your math. So that's what happened to him. And he literally, if he opens up a site and makes a sale, he literally has to pay money out of his pocket to make the sale. You know, and everything after he reaches 170 to make the product, anything that comes in is going to tip the scales. Anything from labels, ink, containers, all this costs money. It tips the scale. So if he has to pay 18 bucks, which I pay for these, $18. If I'm doing a short order, I'll just go to Amazon and just get these. If I have to do a big order, I go to Uline and buy a case. Depends on what the order is going to be. So he's going to tip his scale either way. So he's lucky if he walks out with 10 bucks. That's why I say it cost him too much money to make the product because he didn't add it up correctly. That's what happened. That's why the site's always closed. That's what it comes down to. And, you know, an individual was going to call me up and get mad over that. What do you get mad about me for? You did the numbers. I didn't do the numbers. If I did the numbers, you would have been making money. And then the thing about it is, you really can't get what your product is worth if you can't back up what your product can do. Our technology can knock out certified screens easily. We have them littered all over our website if it's taken on certifies. Certified grade screen paint products, we knock those out too. So a screen that can take out a $5,000 to $3,000 projection screen and can do all the screen things that that screen can't do, the value of that technology jumps. I can get way over $362 a quart for my product. If I decided to basically do it a mainstream way and basically only cater to a certain clientele, I have a group of people that are willing to come in because they want to make that money too and cater that technology to only certain clienteles, which means people that are below that price range, you are now obsolete. This is what will happen to you. This is what happens with the certified screens. I can walk and spend $3,000, $5,000 for a projection screen. They're only catered to a certain clientele of people that can afford them. That's it. Anybody else under that? Well, hey, tough cookies. If you can't afford it, then hey, find something else. That's how they look at it. Well, we come in and we make it different. We make a technology that we can prove that can take on a very expensive screen, do things that the other companies don't do at the end of the day, and charge you a price that everybody can afford. So when I get people there saying, well, you know, what about something? Here you go. Go ahead and knock yourself out. Go buy a certified screen. You're going to cry and whine about over $362. Even a $5,000 screen will cost you at the end of the day at only 100 inches. And to keep in mind, you can't run it off ultra short throw. You have to have a special pitch screen for that. So that's going to cost you even more money on top of that. Probably an extra $1,000. And if you're trying to get that in motorized screen, good luck. Very expensive. What you guys are witnessing, or not saying all of you guys, but what you witness is when you see gray products, this is how, it's a shame, and I hate to put it this way. This is how much some people really don't know about home theater. The gray screen, the white screen, even the mid-gray screen are considered to be the bottom dollars. That's what they are. For those of you who spend all this money for these high-end projectors and you want the best of the best, guess where that comes from? It comes from darker technology. That's why if you look at the gunmetal technology, it's considered to be the most advanced screens that they have in their category. You go to any freaking form site, you go to any freaking distributor outlet, and they will tell you right from the door that the darker screens are the more advanced screens. That's what they're going to tell you. And then you're going to find out what the price tag cost on one of them. So If anyone's sitting there and tell you that a great product is going to be is in the same range as a $3,000, no, it's not. It's not. No, period. You just bought an older screen for a newer projector. That's why you're stuck in the dark. That's why you have to calibrate. That's why you spend the money for expensive machines to fix the problem. That's the problem. These look real nice right here. So, you got it backwards. Completely backwards. That's why I said, don't know anything about screen paint. They really don't. There's certain things on that up. So, man, philosopher shot himself in the foot big time. He just did not do the numbers correctly. We were in a room one time just breaking it down. They're literally just breaking it down like, okay, so what if he makes it this way? What if he basically makes it where he's just doing 5-gallon bucket of white paint? Because he would come off cheaper that way. You have to understand, when you're buying paint, you have to think when you're buying it. You buy a little bit. So what if I just buy a little bit? That you just spent money for something that you literally gonna have to buy again. So you waste money. It's better if you buy it in a large quantity, and that way you don't have to go in and rebuy it again, which is going to cost you more money. So you buy a large quantity of it because you're going to be using this over and over again. This is basic on noob, what you should know how to do. But anyway, so he has a 4-coat application, 48 ounces for each one, which means he can't buy a gallon. If he had it at 32, he can take 4 of these, which are 32 ounces, and he can this would be an application for each surface, which would be one of these. Now, if you were to go in and say, let's see, we get the gallon at 23 bucks. Let's say we make it even 50 bucks. 50 bucks for a gallon, which means he gets 4 32s out of this. The cheap way to do it, and to try to convince people that all 4 of those are different products that make that screen and not the same out of the same container, is what they would do is they would basically go in and change the tone. So this will be light gray. Get another container on here somewhere. We got 40 containers right here. We go. This one right here would be mid gray. This one over here will be straight darker. This one over here will be near white. So you got 4 of them here that I can't see. I got 4 here, and in those 4, each one's a different shade on how much black paint they put in, more or less. Then they can come on camera and say, oh, this is a different coating, and this is a different, this one different. When they're all the same, the only differences are just off by color shades. That's it. That's sometimes what they'll do. It's a cheaper way of trying to get around a multi-coat application. Now, if they did it completely different, where one of them had, let's see if we're going to do a different screen paint. This one had just straight silver with black and glitter. This is one right here. This is another one. I don't even know how these would all blend to work, but they're going to all come out the same way. This one right here is basically more of more glitter, or maybe I don't know what they may put into it, but just say each one of these are different. They don't all have the same ingredients. Each one has a different ingredients. That's going to cost you some money, because you can't take the container that has the first base into it and then mix something else into it and mix something that, mix that, because then you're doing something called cross-contamination. You know how that's going to react. It could come out darker, it could come out lighter, it could have all kinds of problems could pop up with it. So each one of those applications has to be different from the first, last, and third. It has to be. Because if not, what's going to happen is you're going to have a problem there. It's not going to add up. Either way, long story short, it's going to cost money. That's what it's going to cost. So one could cost 50 bucks to make, one could cost $60 to make, one could cost $80 to make, one could cost $20 to make. It depends on how they're being mixed and how they're being made for each one. And then he has to be able to prove that all 4 of these mixtures are going to be able to stack together to make a super screen. So he's going to have to do an application where he's going to have to do all of them with the first coat, And he's going to have to miss an application for each one and have the final here, which is actually has all the coats done. And he has to be to show that there's a difference if he pulls one of the numbers out. He pulls out 1 here, he pulls out 2 here, and he pulls out 3 here. He has to show that when they turn the projector on, that the last screen, all of them are going to show the same blue or the same green. Now, say if he turns the projector on, this one comes out darker blue, this one comes out faded, this one, they all change, but this one is the one that's showing the solid blue. Then it shows that whatever application he pulled out of that group is affecting the final layer of the screen. There you go. That's what you have to do when you're doing a multi-layer application. You have to prove that if you remove one of these applications out of the stack, then it's going to cause a reaction of changing the outcome of the final coating of the screen, and that shows that the system, this is needed if it's removed. So that's something the customer is going to bring up. All right, so if I'm painting the screen and I forget one of these, what's the outcome that's going to happen to the final screen? Since it's a stacking and building system, if I remove one by accident, what's going to happen? He can't show that because he can't prove that it actually works. There you go. Now, Goo Screen's different. Goo Screen has the primer, the paint itself, and the protective coating. All of these, it's not a stacking system, but it is a system. So the primer repairs the surface, gets it ready, gets it prepped. This is the actual paint that goes on the surface that's already prepped, the actual screen. And this is the protective coating that goes over top of it to keep the screen from getting damaged or whatever it may need to protect the screen. That's it. That's all. That's what he should have did. Now people will paint that in. It's just things that they see on camera that don't add up. A de-still system, I guess the de-still water is a delivery system to keep the product from drying out or becoming dehydrated, whatever you said, evaporating, whatever. No, the water is in there to thin out the product to make it look different than the other products. That's what it's for. So, theory don't add up. Big theory about the other one whose product doesn't add up, the lumen count. It's real simple. Lowest lumens that can be used on that product, on the other one, is 2200 lumens. Network gray 773, bullseye, silver mist 1619, slip silver. Any one of those products I just named, which are basic household paint, even bare silver screen, can pick up at 2200 lumens in the dark easily with no problem. So if those house paints can pick up at 1000 lumens in the dark, and you got a product starting point is only 22, something's wrong there. Then why would I bother buying a product that I can pick up on a much lower lumen count on a projector? It's going to produce a better image on 1000 lumens when one can't do it at 22. There you go. So that's a problem. Bunch of problems there. And then the website looks like somebody just slapped it together. They put no time into it. There's no information on it at all, period. Not only that, not just his site, I even seen with paint on screens, no information at all. There's really nothing at all in there. The specification sheet was actually quite awful. No information at all. So this is why I clearly say, and I make the statement, and I stand by it 100%, that they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know anything about screen paint products. They're just throwing things in there to hope that something will land And whatever nonsense they're speaking on camera, that some poor soul will come along, which will hopefully believe in what they're talking about. And the reason why you gentlemen don't know what you're talking about, because we give you challenges. If your products work, you would be able to match any of the challenges we put out there. I still got 1100 lumen challenge, so floating around since 2019. I'll put a basic challenge out, simple and plain. Basically, do a 150-inch screen display on an ultra short throw. I had a $60 ultra short throw NEC projector. I was able to project at 150 inches in a fully lit environment, and not only was able to show colors, I did demonstrations against certified screens, white screens, black screens, the whole 9 yards. Did they ever do it? Nope. House paint will do the same thing. If you guys ever get lucky enough to get yourself a storefront, I could literally walk right into your storefront with a bucket of house paint, paint it right down the side of your screen, it'll blend right in. Because you don't have any tests. Now, if you were to walk into my establishment with some black paint, knock yourself out. Doesn't even match your stuff. That's why we have all the test demonstrations done. If anyone comes up to us and says, hey, look, why should I buy your product? We actually had that conversation quite a few times. I can just go buy house paint. What's the difference between your product and house paint? Well, here you go. 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 If I ask the question about what's the difference between a product and slip silver, bullseye primer, network gray, we're met with insults, curse words, all kinds of stuff. I can't back it up. Because they don't want people, and the thing about it, what upsets them is the fact that they can't back it up, and they don't want people asking those questions, because again, it's going to spark curiosity, and they don't want that. Now, since I'm going to be out there, and I'm already getting to the point where we're getting heavily connected, we want to make sure that not only do we make it known online, but offline why your products don't work. And I will purchase your products offline in a live feed. Go right to your website to place an order, and you better not cancel, because it's going to look pretty bad. So don't cancel. Don't do that. That's why I said at the end of the day, it doesn't, when you're doing business, cursing someone out and screaming and yelling and all that stuff like that. We have this stuff on you guys. We have emails of you guys ranting and carrying on and cursing and carrying on. Receipts with your company's names attached to it, cursing and carrying on, acting up. The other one, the philosopher, we got a email from him of him calling us every dirty name you could think of in the book with his Square One or Squarespace, whatever it is, website and Facebook and Instagram, right at the bottom of it. Come back to bite you in the face. All right, let's see. We gotta get these updates. Well, that's pretty much it. We got our labels and stuff printed out. Our business cards are coming in. Waiting for the copyrights to come in. With the copyrights come through, we can start showing off our merch, things we're designing and stuff like that we're putting together. Let's see. I got a couple customized paint rolls and design for myself. Let's see, and then we got the new company, which is the Exotics. I can't stop. Can't wait to work on that one, and that's going to involve an NDA with the company. So that's going to be nice. I just found it funny. My friends find it hilarious that one of the individuals, like I said, who got caught matching house paint and still sells his stuff on his website. And he's the main one that calls other people. They're supposed to be scammers at the end of the day, but he has a product that matches shelf paint. Come on, people. Should know better than that. How does that even work? That's why the price is dropping on. You know, the price at one point was about $80, maybe 75. It's gonna go much lower than that. Much lower than that. Because they can just do the same thing with house paint. That's why. That's why the price is dropping on it. Got one can open up his site, and the other one basically is matched house paint. Oh my goodness, it's a shame. All right, let me see. I like these better. These are the ones we did before. I like these much better. Let me see. Oh yeah, this is perfect. That fits right there nicely. I like these. So when you're putting the tape across the can, you make our own stickers right here, our own labels with this paper. Oh, beautiful. Look at this. Came out gorgeous. I like this. I like these. These are nice. I'm going to stand up for this one. Don't I stand up for this one? There we go. Now, sooner or later, I won't have to do this because I am looking at a machine that will do all this for me, and I don't have to do this. I have to hire somebody to program the machine because I can't do it. I don't know anything about that particular piece of equipment, but they're going to have somebody come in and do all the work. They'll program the machine. The machine's going to come in, pour the containers, all that stuff, put the seals on them, I cannot wait to get that machine because that's what we need for the distributorship. The distributorship contract is big. They expect a minimum of 80 gallons a day. So I'm not doing that by hand. It's not going to happen. Bring a machine to do the whole thing. So that's why we need to get the labels finalized and done. Like these are just for the time being. These are orders for our customers. And for our customers, thank you for the support. We appreciate it. Now, the exotic containers are not going to be normal. I want something different. The exotics are going to be done a little different. We can't get a machine to do those because, again, those containers are going to be interesting. They're going to be customized containers because I want containers to fit personality of the product. Let me see what we got here. One of these is for mapping technology. Let me see. What do we have here? That's 4. All right, let me see. We're gonna need this one. These two are gonna be the ones from mapping technology. That's going to the NDA contract. And this one. Okay, these two are separate, and these two are the other orders that are going out today. That's what I love about them most. No freaking headache about the mailman ever. Do you know how close I live to the post office? I'm freaking right around the corner from it. Freaking amazing. Man, no more headaches on that. The day I was over at Home Depot today. Down at Home Depot. Went out to go get something to eat there with family. So I had a ball. Just come on in. Why you got to answer? Just come on in. Went out to eat today. Went to a couple of nice restaurants. A little shopping. Today I'm going out to some Japanese anime store. They got down here. They got all this crazy stuff. I'll record myself walking through that bad boy. I might get myself a giant Godzilla. So I haven't decided I'm getting there yet. But it's all kinds of cool stuff that they have flown in from Japan in this store. I'm going to be in there doing some shopping in there. That's going to be cool today too. So got a chance to move about and have a little fun there. And as for that fear of COVID, that is gone. I'm glad I was able to conquer that anxiety. I'm so happy about that. God allowed me to be able to conquer that anxiety because, even though I was in the house getting the work done, still the ability to be able to move about freely was terrifying for me. It's very terrifying. So I was glad I was able to get past that point because you have to understand at the end of the day, if God is telling you this is a step you have to take, He is going to make sure you are protected as you are taking those steps. And you have to have faith that He is going to be there for you. And that's the faith I got at the end of the day. You're talking about a man that was trapped in his house for 4 years, a prisoner in his own home, and I'm able to walk about freely with no problem whatsoever. That's my faith I have in my Lord and Savior. If He tells me that I got to get on a plane, actually I went through that before. I had to go somewhere on a plane, and I'm terrified of planes. Not anymore, I'm not. I love getting on airplanes. Got to conquer that fear quick. So, in my mindset, there's nothing I can't do, period. I don't have a fear there. As long as I have my Lord and Savior on my side, there is no fear. There is no doubt. There's only one way and one way only. That's how my brain functions at the end of the day. So you're going to tell somebody at the end of the day, I'm sitting there today and I'm talking to the Lord and He says, no, you're going to go out and this is what you're going to do because this is your next level and don't worry about it. And that's the kind of faith you have to have. Can't think about anything. Don't let the devil get in there and tell you anything else. You go do it. That's it. No ifs, ands, or buts. You go do it. Because if God got your back and you have faith in Him, you go do it. And that's what I'm moving about, doing what has to be done because that fear is no longer there anymore. I was talking to a bunch of people the other day, right up on top of them. Usually something like that would freak me out. I'd have been in the house having breathing issues and taking the medication and nope, nothing at all. Now I'm not stupid. I do protect myself. I'm not going out into large events and all that stuff. I still mask up for that. But other things out in open areas, I'm wearing a mask. And all period. So, yeah. But if I'm going to be around crowds of people that I know, no, mask up. I'm masking up for that. I'm not stupid at the end of the day. I have lung disease, keep in mind. You're not supposed to tempt your Lord, your God. You're not supposed to do that. But if he tells me this is where I'm going to be at, that's where I'm going to be at. And then on top of that, we got all this technology that we tested, retested, all done. Yeah, man, this is a breeze for man, that confidence level. They can see that confidence level bullet over and I walk into an environment because, again, we know our stuff. Man, we're going to be doing some projector mapping outside pretty soon. We got a couple of courtyards. I got to go down to City Hall on Monday to see what my permits are going to cost me because all this summer I'm going to be doing all kinds of events and stuff. So I'm going to be in a lot of different places. But right now, the main point while we're here is to get the paperwork finished. So that way, when the summertime gets here, I can move freely without getting fined, without getting ticketed, because all my ducks are in a row. All my paperwork is done. And that's what we're doing right now, getting that done and getting the orders taken care of for customers. I went through the same process. Before I had these haters, I had other haters. I have haters all the time. But when I was living in that little tiny rented room and I started my business from there, oh yeah, the haters we got in there was unfreaking believable. ABS forums, all those places that constantly hated on us, banning us from their accounts and all this nonsense. Yeah. Whew. Yeah. When I say you're going to stay in that one spot, that's all. It probably not going anywhere. 12 years later, look at us. We got one of the most advanced black screens on the market. There's no screen. Literally, I just had a conversation with a guy. He said, I've seen all your tests. There's nothing that can stand against your product. There isn't anything that can stand against your product. Nothing. My Lord designed all this technology. That's why we have Powered by God's technology. There's nothing that can stand against our products unless the Lord allows it to. Other than that, our products are unstoppable. And that's what we have in our logo. Unstoppable. Give us a company and see what happens. We can develop technology in 20 minutes and overpower the company. We can build companies from the ground up within months' time, which we did here. Black Series was developed within months. All Black Series technology was developed in a 20-minute timeline. A 20-minute timeline, and it can wipe anything out. We have the test demonstrations showing products that were made 20 minutes out of the shop. We threw everything at the screen and knocked everything out completely with no problem. That's the power of God's technology at the end of the day. I couldn't care less what your company is. It could be Black Diamond. It could be Screen Innovations. It could be DMP Supernova. We can conquer all you guys with no problem. And whatever you have, I can make it that quick. I can mimic all your stuff in no time at all. I'm just telling you fair truth. It is. We got the website to back it up. We can mimic all their stuff out of a screen paint. And I remember at one point on forum sites, the biggest topic was, can a screen paint compete with an official certified screen? And I'm here to say, yeah, we can. I don't know about everybody else, but we can. We got companies right now. At the time when I was at the place where we're ordering these sample sheets, they had two options. Either you cancel out, which we've seen a lot of people cancel orders left and right on us because they can't have their products come over here because, again, they can't back them. And the other half choose to ignore. Even the Dragonfly, which I have no interest in it now. At the time, I did have an interest in it, but you see where that one went to. Yeah. They didn't even want to give us that sample sheet because, yeah, honestly, not to be disrespectful and all, but if you had laid that Dragonfly had laid against that black technology, I'd have turned that thing into a white sheet of paper with no problem. I can overpower y'all technology so easy. So now we got to get ready to get the exotics get up and going. Now, There's going to be massive disclaimers all over the exotics because we know people are going to do it anyway. They always do it. They put claimers in about do not use knockoff projectors on our products, and people will still go in and use it with a knockoff projector and it won't work. We put it right there for you. The exotics is not well, actually, it's a theater paint, but it's not used for home theater setups. It's not designed for that. It's in multicolor applications, but it's used for something else completely different. But if you do decide to go get it and buy it, that's your problem at the end of the day. We can't send you anywhere. What are we going to send you to fix it? We're not doing that. So, as I said before, this is why we have all that information on the site. There's a ton of information on the site. This is not one of those sites where you have a little bit of this and a little bit of that. No, it's detailed information on the site, even videos to display, disclaimers all over the site telling you what not to do. And if you get it upon yourself that you feel that your judgment's better than ours, that people actually made this stuff, and you do it anyway, and it doesn't come out the way it does, that's your problem, not mine. You lost out. Because I'm not going to exchange jack for you if I sat there and put it right there on the website. Do not buy this due to the fact it will not work on your projector. Here's a link below. Go there, buy this. And you buy that stuff anyway, and it doesn't work out well, you're out of money. So I don't want to hear the crying and whine about, oh, you in exchange for what? I told you, don't buy it. It's like if I tell somebody, you know, don't go down that road. It's a huge freaking crater, and you go down it anyway, and you smash your car up, and now you want full coverage. You want to cash out on a full policy for the insurance and everything. No, we just told you not to go down that road. All right, I get this all the time. Literally, you'd be surprised. That's why I mention it in business. I've seen it. People will sit there and argue with me. Like, okay, perfect example, the 8-man projector incident. Perfect example. Do I have 8-man listed on my site of projectors we use? No, it's not there. It doesn't work. I don't care if you sit there and tell me at the end of the day, oh, but it's 4,800 lumens. It's a full 1080p. I don't care. If it's not on the list, we don't support it. So, guy went out, showed us demonstrations. I know it's a fake projector because I'm looking at the screen. We just tested it several times and on batch numbers and on a return, which were the videos of it all. Looking at this screen, I'm like, yeah, he's got a fake projector because we know how they could come up on our screens. Go back and contact him again. Still no information on the projector. I asked him twice what projector you're using. Nothing comes back. They told us it's Sony. No, the first time they said it was a Sony projector. Find out later on, it's not a Sony. It was an 8-man projector, which we do not support. That's after the product came back to the house several times, recoded it several times, shipped it back out again. Pay for the money for the coding, pay for the money for the shipping. Get there, finally get the guy. He's ranting and carrying on about how I did this and I scammed him and blah, blah, blah. Find out his projector's an 8-man. Oh, you think I was ticked? Oh, I was way beyond ticked. I was way, way, way beyond ticked on that one. But he still goes into this rant about how his projector, oh, it's good, it's a number one, blah, blah, blah. That projector is $35. Seriously. So I bought his projector. Got it here, did an unboxing, got the projector, set it up. That thing was so much, it was so crappy that I took it and threw it off my stand. I didn't throw it off my stand because I was upset. It was a piece of junk. That's why I threw it off my stand. It wasn't even worthy of being in my shop. I got a knockoff projector that was better than that one. That one cost me 95 bucks though. It's still a crappy projector, but still was better than that piece of junk. Threw that thing right in the trash. Didn't even want it. That's how horrible that thing was. And then sent him back the video. Like, yeah, this is why your image was coming so. And it did it next to a 1,000 lumen projector. And that 1,000 projector beat the living daylights out of it. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's the headache. We bump into them every once in a while. People who get those projectors and they swear up and down because they spent all this money for it, it's going to work. Then I just say it doesn't work. If it doesn't work, don't try it. Don't push it. Don't attempt it. You're going against the policy. And then when it fails on them, then they want to get mad at you and say, oh, but I thought. They're not take the time to go out and buy these projectors. Literally, that's what you look on the blacklist. We have a bunch of those projectors on the blacklist. Take the time to take money out of my pocket to buy something that I'm not going to get my money back on, to show a demonstration, to prove to my customers and people we're doing business with, reason why we don't support them. And when people sit there and say at the end of the day, well, we support all projectors, you support scammers, because that's what they are. They're scammers. They make these cheap, knockoff, dinky projectors in these warehouses. They ship them over here, and then people get these projectors thinking they're getting 15,000 lumens, thinking they're getting 8K, thinking they're getting all this stuff, and the projectors end up to be nothing but crap, garbage. And that's a customer just got scammed out of some money on something that will never do exactly what it's designed to do. Some of them come in at 480p. I've seen some coming at 240p. That's jacked up. Pieces of crap. It's a shame. And then people, you support that nonsense? No, we don't support that crap. That's why you see when you look at the big companies, the serious companies, they don't support no knockoff projectors. The projectors don't even work on a black diamond. In fact, they can't even pick up on that thing. No. Only cheap, untested products will pick up on those crappy projectors. Yeah, those projectors are garbage. I tell people stay away from that. You're not getting exactly what you paid for. We've had that Vonco or Vidco, whatever that projector's called. I use 1,000 projector, overpower and beat that projector. Got it right down the blood. Listen, check it out for yourself. Stay away from those crappy, cheap, knockoff projectors. Now, some people get them as gifts. I can't do nothing about that because you got it as a gift. But I wouldn't use it as my main projector. The only thing a knockoff projector is good for is a kid's projector. Perfect kid's projector. Kids don't require sharp, vivid image. You just want to see something on the screen they can laugh and crack up and have fun about. If they break it, you're not going to really lose any money unless you didn't spend any money for that thing at the end of the day. And they don't get hot. They don't accumulate a ton of heat like the other projectors do, which is fantastic for kids. That way it's more of a safety for them. I want to massage your back line. All right, we're done. The labels are all printed out. Let me get these customers taken care of. We got to get them done, get them finished, and then I have to go in and buy my domain name for the new company. Boom, 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 boom. The Exotics. Oh man, I get to have fun with this page. I'm wondering how I'm going to design this page. This page is going to be insane. I want something crazy. I wish I could get an intro. Intro would be nice. They used to have flash intros on there, which are pretty cool. I wonder if they still have them or not. We're going to have to do the page something. The front page is going to have to be crazy. I mean, we want to go really insanely outside the box on this, because the Exotics is something completely different. It's involving the art community. And the art community, they always think outside the box. That's what I love about the art community. Whether it be dance, whether it be music, performance, they always think outside the box. That's why I love being around them. And then the fact that we're blessed. It's amazing how God blesses us. We're blessed to have a major company that deals in that field, that's willing to come in. They already purchased and made sample orders already, not for the Exotic, but for other products, mapping technology. And they're willing to work with all their projects under the new technology. Is that blessing or what? So I get to design some really crazy stuff, which I really like to do. You know, don't get me wrong, I like designing the home theater part of it all, but the other part of it, man, allows me to really kick in that whole entire wild side of me to design some pretty insane stuff. That's what I love about it. All right, labels came up nice. I like them. I'm keeping these just for the time being. Hopefully soon we'll have that number. We're waiting for our numbers to come back to tell us basically we're protected, and then we can show you off the labels. I think I'm gonna do myself a hoodie. I got this heavyweight hoodie. All you guys see are hoodies. Our hoodies are sick. They're sick. But anyway, I got myself a hoodie design I'm doing. I want to do the whole imprint for the hoodie. I wonder where I have to go to get that one done, because I got a design on it. I want the whole hoodie covered in that design. All right, let me get out of here. I got orders to get ready for Monday. We are processing orders 10 times faster now, because like I said, I live literally around the corner from the post office. So will we give you tracking numbers? Anytime we don't give you tracking right away, unless we're waiting for supply. Supplies are already in. We're good to go. So I'll be sending you a tracking number that day, and then we'll be shipping you out right then first thing tomorrow morning. So you'll be good to go. All right. With that being said, if you get we always send tracking numbers, so do check your junk mail, because chances are it probably did end up in the junk mail. But we send 2 sets of tracking numbers out. PayPal gets one. Actually, yeah, PayPal gets one, and you guys get the other one. So. All right, with that being said, let me get out of here. I got much work to do, and God bless. I know what time it is.